wisdom with Mimir.
Even if schools did teach important stuff like how to do taxes or buy a house, it wouldn't matter, because you still wouldn't have paid attention.
Hey, I got a question about Zeus. Okay, so in Greek mythology, it says that Zeus wields a master bolt that he got from the elder Cyclopses, and this bolt is what gives him power over thunder and lightning so he can shoot thunderbolts at people. But then later in Greek mythology, it also says that Hephaestus and the other Cyclopses build Zeus individual lightning bolts for him to throw. Like when he killed Asclepius, he used an individual bolt. So which is it? Zeus, does he use a master bolt to shoot lightning at people, or does he throw individual lightning bolts? Is it both? Like, does Zeus just treat the master bolt like it's a collector's item and leave it on his shelf like it's a special thing not to be used commonly, and then just throw the individual bolts? Man, if that's true, that's just Zeus loving to have his cake and eat it too. Hey! Here's something you might not know about Hephaestus. I think we're all familiar with his incredibly toxic marriage to Aphrodite, but did you know he actually ended up with someone else? Yeah, Hephaestus got tired of Aphrodite cheating on him, so he eventually left her. And he even got remarried to a woman named Algaea. But who is Algaea, I hear you ask? Well, Algaea is one of 3 Greek minor goddesses known as the Charities. Greeks really seem to like putting women in groups of 3. And yes, that is where we get the word charity from. The Charities are goddesses of nature, goodwill, charm, and beauty, among other things. Wow, Hephaestus seems to have a thing for goddesses of beauty. Their goal is to constantly bring aid, joy, and happiness to anyone they can. So being married to one sounds like a pretty sweet deal. I know a lot of people out there feel really bad for Hephaestus and want him to get justice, so I thought it'd be really nice to let you all know that he did in fact get a happy ending. Good for him. Hey, did you know that the Egyptian cat goddess was both a warrior goddess and a fertility goddess? Man, she really was the best of both worlds. Oh, here comes Koalamos. He's the god of stupidity. Really? But how do you know he's the god of stupidity? Did you know that video games cause real-world violence and bigotry? Oh, now I see it. Alright, we've got some new knights joining us today. Sir Galahad, Sir Kay, and Sir Percival. Welcome to the Round Table. Your Majesty, I've been meaning to ask, who was it who built the Round Table? Ah, yes, of course. That was Circumference. Did you just make a pun? Your king just made a pun. So laugh. Dude, you're an asshole. Yeah, okay. You know, it doesn't matter what you think, because only God can judge me. You're an asshole. You really shouldn't disrespect the Aztec priests. You know, they had to make a lot of sacrifices to succeed in their careers. So here's a mythical creature who's really got the whole package, the tanuki from Japanese mythology. The tanuki, or raccoon dog, is actually a real kind of animal in Japan who has inspired some pretty wild mythical tales. These creatures are known for their magic, their trickery, their shape-shifting, and their love of sake. But probably the thing they're most known for is their gigantic magical testicles. Yeah, seriously, anytime these creatures need to get something done, they just whip out their enchanted cojones. These creatures can weaponize their testicles, play music with their testicles, take shelter under their testicles, use their testicles as a cushion, even use their testicles to aid in their trickery and shapeshifting. Like, for example, the tanuki may shapeshift himself into a shopkeeper and then transform his testicles into the shop surrounding him. Literal balls to the wall. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say their groins probably aren't as sensitive as people's usually are. So the next time some arrogant jerk you know claims to be the ballsiest of guys, tell them the tale of the balls on the tanuki. Hey, Hephaestus, is it possible for you to make some lightning bolts for me to throw at people? Well, yeah, I guess I could, but why would I? You've already got a master thunderbolt created by the Elder Cyclopses, more powerful than any other weapon. Yes, I know that. Okay, there's no need for clunky exposition, alright? So you're saying it is possible. Great, could you please make me some bolts? I've got some people I need to smite. Well, why don't you just use the Master Bolt? Well, you know, the Master Bolt is such a special weapon. I don't think these guys are worthy of it. So, you know, I'll save that for special occasions, and for now I'll just use, you know, whatever I can get my hands on. You lost it, didn't you? What? No! No, of course not! Yeah. I did it! After centuries of chasing, I finally caught the moon! This is the greatest day of my life! Hey, Skoll, how's yours? Oh my god, it burns!
Wisdom with Mimir.
Nobody's trying to microchip you. Do you honestly think anybody wants to have to keep tabs on your boring-ass life?
Hey, why did the Hindu god get arrested? Because he was so heavily armed. Fun fact! Did you know that the Pokemon Slowbro and Slowking were actually inspired by a Japanese mythical creature known as the Sazeoni? The Sazeoni is a turban snail demon woman because why the hell not? Where does it come from, you ask? Well, some legends say that, well, when a turban snail turns 30, it becomes this. What a natural conclusion. This creature also has the power to disguise itself as a regular-looking woman. See, one story in particular says that a group of sailors found a woman stranded in the ocean, so they brought her aboard their ship to rescue her, though not for good reasons. They each forced themselves on her, and then later that night, she took her true form and bit all of their testicles off. Guess she was collecting some Pokeballs of her own. Don't you just love finding out that the silly little characters from your childhood come from stories like that? Quetzalcoatl? Tezcatlapaka? Quetzalcoatlpochtli? Xochipalli? Kotliku? Chalchiatalikui? Well, I broke up with Narcissus. What? Why? Because that man is only interested in himself. But he seemed so focused on you. You said he always looked into your eyes when you were together. Sis, look me in the eye and tell me what you see. Well, I see a strong, confident woman. No, I mean literally, okay? Like, what do you actually see when you look someone straight deep in the eye? My reflection. Yup! You ready to get married, babe? Yes! I can't wait to be Mrs. Heracles. You know, I always thought it was funny that your name means glory to Hera, even though you two hate each other. Yeah, the irony is not lost on me. Hey, what does your name mean? Husband Destroyer. What? How come you never mentioned that? Well, it's just a name. It doesn't mean anything. It's a bit of a red flag. Especially considering there's a marriage about to happen. Also, who the hell names their kid that? So what are you saying? You don't want to marry me anymore? Dang, bro. Well, I'm guessing the marriage didn't happen. Oh, no, I still married her. What? Why? Why would you do that? Because we're in love, okay? Love is worth taking a chance. So the sex is that good, huh? Oh, yeah. Hey, how come ghosts aren't welcome in theaters? Because they always boo. Ugh, I want to die. My life sucks. I don't want to live it anymore. I really wish it would just end. Oh God!
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Fun fact. Mummies these days are very commonly used as monsters in several different genres, but did you know that when the first fictional stories of mummies came out, they were actually depicted in a very sexual way, as the romantic love interests of the stories? And they were mostly female. Guess guys back then really had a thing for wrapped up corpses. Stories that did this include The Mummy's Foot, interesting title, The Ring of Thoth, The Unseen Man's Story, My New Year's Eve Among Mummies, yeah, and The Jewel of Seven Stars by Bram Stoker, the same man who did Dracula. Also, last time I checked, the earliest known fictional mummy story was written in the 1800s, and it's about a mummy waking up in the futuristic 22nd century. What the heck? Now that's a movie adaptation I want to see.